Hi there. I am so hot.
Oh God.
But I only
And
have,
I'm
I can't
worried.
sit. I got a tank top on underneath. I can't sit in my tank top.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
It's
it's a
just me,
sports
girl.
bra. I know, but it'll show like my belly and stuff.
No.
It's like one of these
Oh,
things.
that's a cute one. I love it. I
It's
can't
like
see
a
your
little
belly in that.
bralette.
Go get it,
So,
girl.
yeah,
Come
okay.
on.
I'm going to take it
I
off.
want to
And, oh,
I want to
gosh.
see your muscles
Oh, my muscles. Yeah,
because we're
right.
talking about muscle testing.
We are talking about muscle testing.
Oh
That's
my God, that
right.
looks so
Light
fucking
workers.
cute.
Oh, thanks.
I
But
really
I'm
want
not
one of
showing you
those.
down here. Woo. All right. So,
No. I love it.
I know
I
it's
love
very
it.
hot. Love it. Okay, yeah. Muscle
Fabulous.
testing. Lightworkers Unite. Here we go.
Yeah, yos.
Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayume and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a light worker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world. Okay, well, this is for your upcoming circle.
Sacred Circle.
Sacred Circle coming up.
Which is coming up Wednesday, August 24th. And it is. We're going to talk about muscle testing. What is it? How to use it? And so here, I had to look up the actual definition, right? Well, like, what is it? But
yeah,
basically, muscle testing is how you can use your body, asking your body with a question or intention for a yes or a no answer. And so I was just saying this earlier, a lot of practitioners, whether naturopath, holistic practitioners, functional medicine doctor I know used it when he was a chiropractor, when he would work on my spine. Sometimes he would ask my body and my spine, like, what areas needed attention. So muscle testing is a straightforward way. There's many ways, but the straightforward way is to have another person do it. I'll show you what you could do to yourself, but you put your arm out if you're sitting or laying down. Sometimes you're laying on a table and you have your arm up. But if you have your arm straight out, and it's usually your dominant arm, okay, whatever's strongest, and you have it straight in front of you. So you have it up, but put it right, directly in front of you, like Superman, right? You have one in front of you.
Just one.
And then the practitioner or myself would ask you to hold against my push. I'm going to try and push your arm down, and you're going to try and stop, not let me. Okay, right?
Got it.
And so what that means, then I'm going to ask a question. Is my name Mayume, right? And it's going to hold firm. But if I said, is my name Charlie, then it gives out, the muscle goes down. So usually, again, it's hard to do this type of muscle testing to yourself. But if we were in a circle, personally in front of each other, I would walk around and then ask a question and push your arm down. You can find this on many videos. And it's crazy because you're holding it as stiff as possible and your arm will go down if the answer is no.
Wow.
So you start off with okay, let's just start off with the easy questions. What your name is the sky blue? So you can get the feel and what a no feels like. And then you start really asking some questions about your body, about life, whatever it is you have an intention. And it's a yes or no question, and have your body tell you. So that's one way. The muscle testing with the arm is very well used. It's probably one of the most popular that either a doctor or another person would do for you to ask. Very difficult to do to yourself. The ones that you can do for yourself, that I teach in my with a client, whether it's a reading or a soul session, we talk about how to get quiet in your mind and to discern and ask your body to show you what a yes feels like intuitively and what a no feels like intuitively. So this is using all of your senses, all of the clairs that we've talked about many times in our episode of the clairs, whether it's clairvoyant, seeing it, clairaudience, hearing it, claircognizant, feeling it, knowing it, and taste, all that stuff, smell. So really, and then I like clairvoyantly, sometimes your eyes will be closed when you're asking this question, showing me what a yes feels like, and you might get an image of dogs, for instance. And someone had asked, well, I don't know, I just saw dogs, or puppies. What does that mean? And I'll be like, well, do you like dogs? Do you like dogs and puppies? And they're like, yes, I love dogs. I have a lot of dogs. Then I would say, then that's a
Ah.
yes. That would be a yes, right? That feels
Mm,
good. Something that you
mm,
like. Now, if a picture of, I don't know, a skull and bones came across, right? Like poison, that could be a no.
mm.
I would think if that was what popped up in your mind. But sometimes a yes is a simple, fleeting sensation tingling up your body, giving you chills. And a no could be like a clammy, dark, yucky feeling, like sick to my stomach or nausea or something. Some people
Mm.
have their right hand tingle for yes and their left hand tingle for no. So it's all dependent on you and what you need and what will resonate with yourself. So you want to try it? See what comes up
Yeah.
for
Oh
you?
shit. Yes.
Well, do
Yeah.
you know, do
Okay.
you already know your yeses and nos? Let me ask that. I think you do, right? Forever.
Well,
You've already,
I do psychically, but I don't
yeah,
know like what you're talking about is a little different, I think. I don't
it's a
know. Though
little bit
maybe it's
more.
not.
It's a little
'Cause
bit more. It's still intuitively, psychically, but it's also using your body, right? The
yeah.
muscles to say muscle testing, like a yes or no.
Yeah. Well, because I think that's where I'm a little lost. I'm a little confused by that because if it's called muscle testing, but it's not just your physical muscles. You're talking about
It's both. I'm talking about I am muscle
your
testing
psychic
particularly.
muscles.
Yeah. So there's a way. So I'm talking about how to get answers from your body, whether through
Okay.
muscle testing or through psychic intuition.
Okay.
So we do a little both. But muscle testing itself is the arm, and then there's ways to do it with your hands.
Okay.
And
So
that's the
we
one
can do
I
that.
want to. You
Because
want to do
I'll
that one?
yeah, maybe I'll just focus
We'll do
this then
muscle
on
instead of
the
the psychic because you already know the psychic stuff.
yeah, yeah. And I'm wondering if they're the same, but because I feel like the muscle
Mm,
testing, it feels like you're kind of like asking your higher self or like,
to
your
use your body.
subconscious self to access your
Yes.
body, right? So that it feels like you're
Yes.
going from like what is my subconscious saying, but you're using your actual physical self, your our sovereign body to give us the answers that we need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's having our body tell us, but it is our higher self
Yeah.
intuitively
Okay.
or spiritually asking. But there are ways, and so to do a self muscle test with your
Okay.
fingers.
Oh my
Okay, so let's see
God.
if you can follow this because this is the one that I have a hard time, but it works. So you're gonna make an O shape with your fingers. Okay, with your
Okay.
forefinger, yeah, like you're saying. Okay, you make an O shape with your finger and thumb, and to do the self-testing, you start by pressing the tips of a finger and thumb together. So forget the
Okay.
nails. Yep, like that, exactly, like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And then what you do is you take your other hand, you put the index finger of your other hand through the O. So this
Okay.
index finger through here like this,
Oh,
right?
this way
And
or
then,
that way? Oh boy. This
oh,
looks kind of
yeah,
sexy.
or not. I
I'm just saying. Okay.
And what you're trying to do is you're trying to break the circle. You're trying to break the
Oh,
connection.
okay. Got it.
Try to
Yeah,
break
I
the circle
can't
to
do it
set
right
up
now.
your self muscle test. So activate the muscles in your index finger to exert pressure against the fingers that form the circle, right? So like
Yeah.
this.
Does it matter
Yeah.
if it's right or left? Like the left hand is the circle or the right one is the circle? Like you're
To start.
dominant or non-dominant? I'm
Well,
wondering.
with the arms, I always felt it was your dominant, but it doesn't
Oh,
say that
okay.
it matters here.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Because
start by pressing the tips of a finger and thumb together
okay.
to make a circle. If it doesn't matter whether you use your left or right hand. And according to this,
Okay. I
if you
love
do
it. I
self
love
muscle
it.
testing frequently, it can be good to switch between the left and right hands to avoid the wrist strain from repetitive motion. But
Oh.
you may notice a difference too. So I would say it doesn't matter. I'm going to use my right hand, and I'm touching my thumb to my index finger to create the
Okay.
O. Okay, and
Got
then
it.
the index finger of my other hand is going to come, the opposite hand will go through the circle that I've made with my fingers, and then that side of your finger rests against the point where your two fingers connect to form the circle, right? So where they connect there.
Mm.
I can, let's see, play around with your arm positioning so that your index finger goes through the circle at the right angle. It can take some practice, but when you get it right, you'll know it intuitively. And then the idea is to
Mm.
break the circle. Okay. Okay, this is going to be interesting. We're going to do this together. To set yourself,
Wow.
to set up your self muscle test, activate the muscles in your index finger to exert pressure against the fingers that form the circle. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, the circled fingers should actively resist the pressure to break it. And to start, the muscles in both hands should be strong and relatively tight. You may have to play around a bit with the pressure until you find the right equilibrium of pressure and resistance. Ask
Mm.
a yes or no question, or make an affirmative statement. Okay, so once you're holding constant pressure, turn your attention to something you want to know the truth about. Create a question that can be answered yes
Wow.
or no. Whoa, you just
Yep.
asked something to yourself, didn't you?
I did. Yep. Sorry, I totally
Ah,
interrupted you.
yep.
I
No, it's
was
great. So create
shocked.
the question yes or no, or making a statement that also works. It's a straightforward, active statement that your body can either accept or reject. That's the part. Okay. So I find this interesting. I've tried this before. Sometimes it works. See, mine's pretty good. But I'm going to ask something. For
Yeah.
example, if you want to know whether or not you should call your sister today,
Mm.
you should ask, should I call my sister today? Or say to yourself, I'm going to call my sister today.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's it. Oh
I have no
shit.
sister. Mine just went boop right through.
Oh
That was so
God, I love
interesting.
that. Well, and you're already
Generally, you can.
talking to one of your sisters, your soul sister. So that's
That's
like
right.
you don't
That
need to.
works. That's right. Or you could be
Yeah.
specific. Active statements may get the clearest response. So, for example, if you want to
Mm.
know whether you
Okay.
should exercise or rest, you might want to say, I will run 5 miles today. That's a big ass no.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a hard.
So, so to get specific for those, our listener who can't see us, we're holding the circle and the other one. And again,
Yeah.
we're asking, so it flies through the index finger of your other hand flies through, it breaks the circle, relatively
Yeah.
easy. Or you hold it stiff and you don't let it. But let's try it. So we can ask about anything we want, and just see what our body says. Let's start with something easy.
So weird.
Is it working for you?
Yeah, yeah, I've been asking questions the whole time. And it's
Yeah.
fascinating, like how quickly. But then, there's that doubt,
I know.
right? That part of your brain. Because I said, could you want,
Uh
you want me to
huh.
call my sister? Obviously, I'm gonna call my sister today. I call her fucking day. So I was like, yeah, for sure. So then I was doing what you said, like, am I love? Like I am love, like I am love. And it was
Yeah.
like really hard. And then I was like,
Yes.
okay, I am hate, and it just like I didn't it wouldn't it just I went right through, like I am
Uh
not
huh.
hate, like
Yes.
I don't. But it was so I'm like, did I just make that up? Did I just do that?
Right. Is your
Because it
body? Are
feels,
you just okay? So let's do something
do you
else.
know what I mean?
Like
That is
I mean, that's
so
pretty. Yeah.
crazy.
Well, your body's intuitively is telling you no,
Yeah.
you are not right.
Yes, yes. But I'm like, I mean, I think this is kind of like that whole thing, right? With this work, with all spiritual work and light work or work, is like, how do you just obliterate the doubt that
Yes.
what you're hearing is the truth? That I think
Just
that's
trust
for
it.
just, how do you just trust it? Like that, yeah, my body is actually telling me no, or yes. Yeah. Or
So listen, yeah, exactly. But trusting it, and then maybe it's
yeah.
all about the question. So it says here, if
Yeah.
the answer you received was not the one you wanted, you may want to try asking the question in a different way. So think about the reasons you wanted a particular answer over the other. And if the answer to your question could potentially impact your health or well-being,
Mm.
get a second opinion from a doctor. And this is what I'm going to say about this
Oh.
with my circle and my women is like, hey, just because we're asking our body, if you say to yourself, do I have cancer, and you're getting yes, let's not go there. Okay, because that's
Yeah.
also fear driven and all that. So we're not going to ask, am I going to die? We're not going to ask all those questions that are those horrifying yes or no. These are simple things that we're testing our body about.
Mm.
Like for me, maybe it's about food. Is oat milk good for me? I'm getting a yes. Is dairy good for
Mm.
me? Right? I see, look at that. I got to
Wow. Wait,
know. Look at that. And
no.
I was trying really
Shit.
hard. I was trying to hold it to see.
I know.
You
See,
see
and
it?
that's a thing, right? Like you actually kind of want to hold it strong, but then it doesn't. It's like that
Yes.
energy component of this is what I have to remind myself that
Hmm.
this is like kinesiology. This is the study of muscles, right? It's a
Yes, it
study
is.
that there is energy moving through the muscles that actually has its own power and
Yeah.
sovereignty, right? So like that electrical system is I just having faith that that is actually connected to your reasoning on a accessing that on its own. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, because your
It's
body
interesting.
has its own electrical system and we're super chakra tastic people, right? You and me, we're really into the chakras. We have our workshops that we run, and I feel like that maybe that's all kind of connected is just trusting in that energy within ourselves, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So I have to pause for a second because initially, when you do this, I want to ask you when you have the circle that you're making with your thumb and index and the other finger
Yeah.
goes in, when you are trying to break it, do you feel like that's when it stops? Do you feel like that's a yes or a no for you?
That feels like a yes.
Okay. And so when it breaks, that
Maybe
feels like a
because that's
no.
what you said. Yeah, maybe that's because that's what how we started the convo. So that I kind of,
Yeah.
so that was an
Well,
yeah,
because I
and that
put it, I
and
relate it to the arm. Because of the arm, if it pushes down, it's no. If it's down, it's
yeah,
strong, it's yes. But that's
yeah.
what's interesting to me because this, I was just reading in this particular article says if it breaks it, it means yes. If it doesn't go through, it means no. And for
Oh,
me, that was hard to switch gears because for me, it felt like if I broke it, it meant yes. So maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's whatever you set the intention
yeah.
for it to be.
Yeah.
Because
And
yeah,
then
it's saying
asking
here,
those key words, those key questions first, like my name is Manjeet. And then that, like, that's a really
seeing what it
solid, right?
does.
It's not. And so
Yeah,
that
mine
that
too.
becomes your rule book. Like this is like, okay, that's it. You know what this reminds
Yes.
me of
Yes.
is pendulums.
Yes.
This is
It's very
completely
similar.
right. That same kind of energy of like
Mm-hmm.
trusting that what the yes is and then what is the no. So asking that
And it's
first maybe
different. Yeah,
is
asking that
yeah.
first. Show me what a yes is. Show me what a no is. Right? Maybe I do that.
Yeah.
Show me what. Yes, that's one way. There's an so the fingers is a quick way to do that. But yes, the pendulum was something I was going to bring up because I think that's really cool too.
Oh,
That's along the lines of asking your body again, using your body. It's not necessarily your muscles, but it's the energy of your body, the pressure points that you're
yeah.
using. But the muscle testing is definitely something that if you're sitting here, a lot of people, like I said, will be asking questions and writing the answers down after they've done this particular one, right? Through the
Oh, I
fingers,
love
just
it.
asking. So let's see here. And then
Fascinating.
always taking a moment to, before you do this, to stop, to take a breath, really get centered, feel your
Mm,
body kind of sink into its sits bones, and eliminate monkey mind as best as you can when you start the process. So definitely don't want to do it
mm.
while you're driving, everyone. You definitely don't want to do it
Yeah.
when you're in a situation where there's a lot of people around, distractions, chaos. You won't be centered. You won't be really focused, and that's where you're getting in touch with your body is that
Yeah.
quiet your mind and ask those questions. So let's see here. What's another
I love
technique?
that.
I
Yeah.
know, I love it too. I wish we were in person because the arm testing to me is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the most used one. So,
I,
but
th-
if you
I
can't, you
think
got to
it's,
do it on yourself.
yeah, I think that's kind of the big key with this, isn't it? For me, who's super like, sciencey and kind of questioning it. I want to like challenge it, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
that really is like the first step is I love how you said, like, before we do any of this work, right? You have to, in anything spiritual, whether you're using your pendulum or getting your tarot cards out, any
Yeah.
kind of metaphysical thing, you're having that clear mind and body is going to be so important. I think also like for the muscle testing piece, it even seems more critical that your body is in alignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like
Yes.
drinking water, like you don't want to do this when you're drunk, like
Yes.
or stoned or something. I don't know. Is that right? Does it sound right? Because that those are things like a hard stop when I think of muscle
Absolutely.
testing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not
Yeah.
muscle test while we're intoxicated. I would agree.
Because it's way more
Because
like the
everything will be
conduit here.
yes.
Yeah,
For me, it'll be like
exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
like
so
we're getting answers, but we are using in muscle testing our body and our muscles.
yes,
But if we're when we're using tarot, we're using tarot energy that is infused with like, our guides and our energy.
and the
But this is
energies.
very different. Like this is
Yes,
very different.
it's used in energy healing, to be honest with you, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
energy
Mm-hmm.
healers use it. So I'm reading this little article here, and it says muscle testing comes from, and you're correct, and forgive me, I'm the worst at pronouncing words. Kinesiology. Am I saying that right?
Applied kinesiology. Yes, yes.
So this comes from
Kinesiologist.
kinesiology.
That's a study of movement. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
particularly under the umbrella of the applied, like you said, kinesiology field. It is most well known from the book Power versus Force by David Hawkins. So,
Mm-hmm.
the applied kinesiology muscle test used within that book is a form of manual muscle testing. Manual. This is
Mm.
often used in clinical practice where the practitioner applies pressure to the arm of the patient for muscle tests. This applied kinesiology technique tests for muscle strength and muscle weakness and imbalances around illness, diseases, belief issues, allergies, and various health decisions.
I
So,
love that.
and how it works, it's when the body is in balance and happy, your muscles feel strong. When there is fear, pain, resistance, poor mental health, self doubt, or worry, the body reacts differently and your muscles feel weak. When you agree to
Mm.
something subconsciously, your muscle strength is higher than when you disagree. So, when your subconscious mind disagrees, it will make your body and your muscles feel weak.
Wow.
So interesting, right? It's the
Yeah, that
bridge
is
between your conscious and your
crazy.
subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
The bridge between
Yeah.
those two. And just because you consciously know something to be wrong for you or you disagree with it doesn't mean that your subconscious mind agrees.
Mm-hmm. I
Oh,
think
that's
that's
so
cool.
interesting. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's like because sometimes like
I
you
just got
you might
chills.
want you want a certain answer to populate, but when you're using this frequency, you're accessing that subconscious level, it can't lie. The
Yeah,
subconscious mind doesn't lie.
exactly.
Like it is just the truth. So that I just love that you're actually trusting in that your mortal body, your muscles, and the energy in there to really tap into the truth.
The
Because
truth.
to me, that's what the subconscious mind is, isn't it? It is just the
Yeah.
truth of what's happening. And sometimes we don't want
Yes.
to hear that all the time. I mean, let's be real.
And let's be real.
Fascinating. Okay,
It
so I
is.
love how you're
So
tying this into energy work as well. Like, how is it tied into like energy work then? Like,
well, I think for energy healing is what it's saying. So for someone who, like
mm,
it says here, if let's say someone would come to an energy healer that is having discomfort, pain, maybe it's a mental condition, then that healer would ask that person's body or their subconscious mind what's going on. Because I could sit here and ask
mm,
you questions all day. Well, so do you like this? You know, what's going on? Well,
yeah.
I feel pain here. What do you think it's from? Well, I don't know. I mean, I broke up with my boyfriend last week and I'm feeling this. I'm really angry. Who knows, right? What you think
Mm-hmm.
consciously the problem is mentally, emotionally. But your body, then the practitioner, the healer, will use your body and muscle testing to ask subconscious, like
I
let's really
love
find
it.
out. Another
Yeah.
form, so a little segue. I do this all the time with supplements, food, uh, new maybe medication that you can take the actual medication and put it next to your heart or your stomach, depending on where you are. You could do this in the store. I've done this if I wanted to try a certain food to see if my
Mm,
body says yes or no. And you can do it. It might look weird if people are really paying attention to you, but most people in a grocery store are not paying attention to you.
yeah.
But I've done this with other people. I've done it with my daughters. I think we may have talked about this, where you can hold that supplement, that prescription, that food item next to your body. Get quiet. You're going to stand with your legs shoulder width apart, your knees very relaxed,
Mm,
and so that you can
okay.
sway easily forward or backwards, but so that you're kind of in between, just ready to go, very gentle. And you're going to hold it there and pose the question, does my does my body want this? Will this help my body? Whatever the way you want to
Mm,
answer it. Is this a yes or no for my body? And just let go, and don't control it. Feel yourself, either you'll pull forward for a yes or you'll pull backward for a no.
okay.
Yeah. So I've had to do that a few times and just be like, okay, and trust it immediately. I'm like, oh, I'm that one. My body says no to that one. I'm not supposed to take that. But this one, it's okay. I've had naturopath doctors do that over my body. They'll place the prescription or the supplement on top of me as I lay down,
Wow.
and then I'll have my arm up in the air and they'll muscle test my body, yes or no to that prescription that's
Mm,
touching my body. Yeah. And they'll remove
wow.
that. They'll make their notes. They'll put the next one, muscle test. My subconscious mind, my body
Wow.
is saying yes, no, no, yes, 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 no, no, no. Isn't that wild?
Wow. That is
Yeah.
really, really trippy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Martha
I,
Beck is a huge muscle tester. I watched her on stage do it to other people, right? Where they're standing there with
mm,
their arms out and she's asking questions and going down the line and pushing their arm down, and you get the, no and the yeses. It was just so interesting and so informational. I mean, just all this
yeah.
information about yourself.
Yeah. I love
Especially
it.
when you, like you said, especially if I think I know the answer and my body gives the opposite. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
I bet. And then you're kind of like either in conflict or,
or
right?
awareness.
Because yeah, either then you're in a place of like, oh, do I believe that or no? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do with that? So I think that's kind of like for me, feels like the number one thing is to just really believe,
Well,
like
right.
removing
Believe and
doubt, right?
trust it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
have to
Yeah.
believe that this is the truth and that that I trust it. But it is really interesting because I've been doing this the whole time we've been playing around.
Oh, yeah.
And every time it says no, I like, I do that. So if you're hearing that, listener, in
Oh,
this entire episode, I keep going because it's shocking to me
you're like,
that I'm
wow.
giving myself the obvious things like, like I hate my sister or some shit. Like I'm just trying to like see, look, I can't even like it
Yeah.
doesn't even and it's so interesting because it's so glaringly easy to go through. Like it's such an obvious no. But I'm
Yeah.
like, it's so funny because then I'll right after that I'll ask a question with a yes and I know is a hard yes and it won't go through. So it's just
Yeah.
really letting go. I think just letting all that the belief go and
And just trust that your subconscious mind is going to give you the answer. Yeah, the
yes,
sway technique.
yes.
That's what it's called. I was just looking. Oh, you can't even see my screen. I just found it's the sway technique to just stand there. So you could use it whether or not you're going
I
to hold
love it.
food or supplements. Maybe you could just stand there and ask the same question. So if you don't want to do the fingers, you could stand up and see which way your body sways. Forward for
Okay,
yes,
so
backward for no.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that you can change like you were talking about medicine, like affect like saying like a yes or a no? Do you think you can convince your body or make your body tolerate medicine if you know that it's good for you but you know it's going to have side effects? Could you can you muscle test your body into like telling it to deal with
To
it?
say to say
Yes.
F no, sorry. I know you just said
Yes.
no, but I'm going to make you say yes. I don't know, because I think I trust the body. I trust that it knows. Now, for instance, I was just going to go into this. Masumi Covey, also I worked with her for 3 months, used muscle testing on me. And
Mm,
sometimes it was doses, amounts. So maybe we got to know. Then we phrase the question of, well, how about 5 milligrams? Right? Was that a
mm.
yes or no? How about 10? I can't remember if she started low and went up or if she started high and went low. But you could probably, let's say Like for the milk, she muscle tested me
Yeah.
for milk. We start off with dairy. That was a hard no. But let's try, almond milk,
Mhm.
coconut
Yeah.
milk, oat milk, right? Those things to find, okay,
Yeah.
body, can we negotiate here? What about these? And then
Right. Yeah.
I got the yes on the oat. I was shocked
Mm.
because I thought I was going to get a yes on the coconut because I had coconut milk forever and I love it. So I was like,
Ah,
oh, that's interesting, right? Just to see how my body,
yeah.
and then I kind of paid attention to that. And I'll tell you, eliminating all milk, even the coconut milk, my body responds, the oat milk does not bother me whatsoever. It's very interesting.
Wow.
So to answer your question, I don't know if you want your body to take something that is saying it's not good, maybe you'd say, okay, maybe the question you ask is, when can I take it? Can I take it in a month from now? Can I take it in
Mm.
2 months from now? And because using
And what's the
time,
dosing? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
because
like you said
that's
that.
what Masumi Covey, being a nutritionist that she is, she would always say, okay, let's talk about how much, when to start, how long should you be on it, and she did it all through muscle testing.
My gosh, that's fascinating.
I know.
Yeah, I think that would be a really fun way for me to use this is with food. Like
Yes.
I don't handle milk either. I've never, and both of my girls too. But I also don't like a lot of like really big starchy foods, although I love them. They don't sit well with me.
Yeah.
They don't, I feel immediately like unhappy, like my body just swells up and I feel bloaty
Right.
and
Yeah.
so I'm really curious to um, do this with food because I'd be really fascinated to see if and I like because I'm not an eliminator. I'm not a good food eliminator in my life. I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. If I want
It's
it,
so
I
hard to
want it.
Me too.
But
I
what
hear
I
you.
can do is govern how much I can do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a full,
Correct.
dish of
Right.
that. And maybe
Right.
it's like a third of it and then, something else. Right?
Absolutely. And you could do that. So I would, as I always teach, light a candle, create something ceremonious, get a pad of
Mm,
paper, write down your questions, or maybe in this case, I would start with food. Write down your
yeah.
food items. Number one, milk, dairy. Two, potatoes, or something like that. And question
Yeah.
the foods that you've noticed that your body has been giving you signs that it's like, oh, that didn't agree with me. I'm having problems with that. And then underneath that, let's say it's potatoes, starch. And underneath potatoes, you have, maybe it's either different kinds, mashed potatoes, French fries,
Oh,
hash
okay. Get really
browns.
specific.
Get
Yeah.
specific, and then you could even underneath there saying, okay, how much can my body tolerate? Hash browns, a quarter of, maybe it's the fourth amount, or maybe it's a handful of French fries, and see if you're but start big and see if you get a no, and then go down and see if your body says, I can handle five French fries. I can handle
Yeah.
a small as
Five French
versus a
fries? What the actual
large,
fuck? That's not a
right?
thing. How do you eat five French fries? If you can, I
No,
can't. No.
I know it's so
Oh
hard,
my God,
but maybe your
that
body says,
scares me.
I can. Like, yeah, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
It scares you. Yeah, no one can stop at five. But
No, but I
maybe
love that. It's quantity,
it's
maybe.
not
Like,
just
yeah.
eliminating, just saying this food altogether. Your body might say no to this food, but it might say yes to a small amount of it in the
Yeah.
morning, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that, as opposed
Yeah.
to
I
at
love that.
night. And I would even
Yeah.
ask, like, when should I stop eating in the evening? And then
Mm.
write down the time: 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and see what the body wants you to do
Oh my
for
gosh. I love
digestion.
this. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I really want to do this. I want to try because it feels like a really nice and honest and authentic way to like really listen to my
Yes.
body. Like, because really nobody knows your body like you. Like having breast cancer, I definitely figured that out. Like, I know my body better than
Yeah.
I ever have before after going through battle,
Yeah.
but I still, I have a lot to learn about how much I want to eat, how little I want to eat, how, like I'm not meant to have any soy. It doesn't even taste good to me anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
so
isn't
it's
that
really
interesting?
interesting.
Your
Yeah.
body starts to say no.
Nope, I don't like that because it has a lot of estrogen, and I'm on estrogen blocker, right?
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
cancer stuff. And so it's been really interesting to see, like, as the time goes by, I can fight that. I can
Hmm.
fight my body, or I can start to listen to her and really trust her. And I know we've talked about this before many times about our bodies and our connection to her. And so this whole conversation, to me, it really resonates with that. Like, really loving her enough to
To,
listen to her,
to listen to her and trust. Your
right?
body wants, our bodies want so badly for us to trust and listen to it. It's giving us signals all the time. I
Yeah,
believe this, right? And I know
yeah.
it goes hand in hand with our mind and our body. Like our mind controls the body. We could tell the body that feels good, that hurts. Our mind just kind of says, and our body will tell us. But I do believe in mind over matter. We can tell our body things like it's going to be okay and you can do this. But I also think our
Yeah.
body's going, excuse me. I've told you over and over, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Can you
Stop it,
tell
Queen.
when we go to diarrhea 5 minutes after we've eaten it? That means no. That means
Oh my
no.
God. I know you and the diarrheas. I know.
Oh,
So honestly, so quickly, right? That your body is telling you something. Like, get
yeah.
this stuff out of me.
Yep, can't hold it. Don't Doesn't work
Wow.
out. Yeah.
Whereas in my case, it's really interesting. Maybe this is kind of part of our personalities too. For me, it sticks with me. It stays inside of me until I get like clogged up.
Ah,
So it's
yes, right.
interesting. Like my
Yes.
process, maybe
People,
I'm more
yeah.
introvert. Like I keep it all kind of inside and I don't eliminate the things that
Hmm.
are toxic to me as readily, because it
Maybe,
doesn't
yeah.
show up as diarrhea. It shows up as
It's
a restriction.
constipation.
And you're welcome, audience.
Yes.
You're absolutely welcome for that visual. For
TMI.
oh my
I
God.
know.
But isn't that
Diarrhea and
funny though?
constipation. But it's true,
Yeah,
our
to
bodies. Yeah,
like
it's
how
doing
we,
it.
I,
Digestion is a real thing. It's a real issue. I'm sure. I'm
yes.
sure every one of our listeners or listener, whoever's has digestive issues. I mean, at some point in your
Yeah.
life, and then you have to figure it out because our body changes as we grow, and our hormones
Mhm.
affect the digestion. And there's going to be foods, and there's chemicals and toxins, and almost everything that we eat.
Mm.
Dang it! So yeah, the better we can be aware of what our body needs and is trying to tell us, like I can't eat that, no thank you.
Yeah. I don't like it. Yeah,
I
I
do
love
like
it.
it.
I love this. This is going to be such a fun circle.
It is,
Is
and I
that what?
know I still do these online, which is great because most of my people are in other places where we can't be in person. Not
Yeah.
like it used to be before 2020, but I really truly want to hold them in person so that women can connect,
Mm.
develop friendships and connections, and do things outside. But just to physically see each other, especially for this muscle
Oh,
testing, I
yeah.
would love for them to see it and feel it, right? As opposed to
Yes.
me, so we're gonna figure it out and we'll do it. But yeah, one of these days, these gatherings, we'll do a little
Mm.
muscle testing in
Oh, I
person.
love that. I love that. Yeah, I'll be the first one there because I'm super intrigued by this. I really do love that it really is kind of connecting, like you said, this subconscious truth to energy,
Yeah,
but also anchoring it in our bodies. Like that's a really like to me it's very metaphysical, like it's very like subconscious, like you're actually going outside of your into that spiritual realm of your subconscious where truth only lives, but you're
yes,
bringing it into this mortal life, because we sometimes we don't want to hear the truth of it, but our body will tell us, like,
our body will tell us,
I
and
just
it's out there in our energetic field. So, how did
yeah.
Masami know that my body is saying no to dairy but yes to oat milk? Because we
Hmm.
were doing this all over Zoom. It's not like she was in
Wow.
front of me muscle testing me, right? So I
No.
thought to myself, so she's connecting with me. She's setting the intention. Okay, so like I could do with you. Okay, Manjeet, I'm going to read Manjeet right now. I'm going to ask myself my questions about
Okay, read it.
Manjeet.
Read me.
Right? Okay.
Okay, do
Let me
it.
see.
Tell me.
Okay.
Tell
All
me
right. All right.
what's toxic, what's not.
Well, I need to know what. Oh my God! Holy shit! Okay, let's do this. Well, I need to know what the questions are. Like, what questions
Okay,
do
well,
you?
what should I avoid?
Food wise, we're sticking with food, correct? Okay. These are.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
food.
We're just
Yeah.
gonna do food. And then
Well, whoa, whoa! You got
is
all
that
excited
too?
there. What were you gonna do? What you went like this with your arms? What am I to avoid? Were you going bigger than food?
Oh, I don't know. I was just doing whatever, like whatever. I was
Like,
kind of in the vein of food. But
okay.
because yeah, we're muscle testing and it's food and yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you
Is
could do
that too?
people. I'm sure people all the time like, should I continue to date Brad? No. So, I mean, I don't
I
know
love
what
it.
people are going to ask because there's a lot of people that women, especially who want to know about their love lives, right? Like, I
Yes,
just don't know what
yes.
to do. So, but here, I think let's stick with food because it's safer
Okay.
and let's see what your body says. Um,
Okay.
I'm going to just, okay, so I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. Get settled and grounded. I'm going to feel the light coming in and grounding me, tethering me, and then I'm going to join your light, sister. So I'm going to do so by connecting a beam of emerald green light from my heart chakra to your heart chakra. And I read your golden auric field that I'm seeing.
Mm.
Okay, so now I'm going to position my right hand with my forefinger on my thumb to create that circle. Got my other index in the center. So show me yes. Okay, my yes is a holding. No goes through. No.
Okay.
Okay. Yes for Manjeet. No for Manjeet. Yep. Okay, Manjeet, Manjeet. Okay, well, I'm getting all kinds of things already entering. And
I
I'm trying
knew
not to
it.
read you. I'm getting all kinds before my questions. I'm like, oh, your guides and spirit are saying all kinds of things.
No, I think you just go with that. Go with that.
Okay.
Because I'm
Okay,
totally
let's go
open.
physically. I know we said food, but this feels like body. Your body. I'm asking your body right now. I guess I'm supposed to ask this. Manjeet, is walking good for Manjeet? Yes. Getting a hard
Yes.
yes. Walking, walking.
Yes.
I'm hearing walking around the blocks, around the neighborhood.
Yep.
Continue this. I'm seeing. Okay, should she go? Okay, heart rate. Walking heart rate. Should she go hills? Yes.
Yes.
More hills. So more vertical. Okay, what else does she need here? Let me ask the question. I feel like, how about running? Big no. Do you run?
I don't anymore, but I
Okay.
used to. But I've actually been thinking about going back to running. But that is really
There's
great because I
they're
don't.
saying no to running. They're saying
Yeah.
walking up hills to get your
Yeah.
blood. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So what else here?
Yeah. I walk almost every day with William and Wally, and our
Oh,
neighborhood is
oh,
completely hilly.
it
So
is?
yeah, I love
Okay.
walking. Yeah, it's one
Okay,
of my
good.
favorites. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Water. Is she drinking enough water? Yes. She should
Hmm.
drink more water? No. Okay.
Oh,
You're drinking enough. No need to
I
drink
drink
more.
water. Good.
Okay.
Okay. I love
Okay.
that.
Let's see. Sleep. Is she sleeping enough? Oh God. It's funny. It weak. It was a week. I pushed not easy through, but slowly it went through. Are you do
Mm.
not get enough sleep?
Lately, the answer would be a no, but normally I sleep like a fucking rock. Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Yeah,
this
so
these
let's
last
see.
couple weeks have been a little bit
Yeah,
more
it's so
challenging.
funny. Did
Yeah.
she get enough sleep? So that's funny because it like pushed barely through. It
Mm.
wasn't like fast, like easy,
Yeah, I
but
saw
it went
that
through.
resistance. It's
Did you see it
fascinating.
was like
Okay.
it wasn't
Yeah, and
hard.
you
It did
no.
going like this. Okay. It wasn't hard. See, going like this.
Dude,
Okay.
and we look like we're whacking ourselves off
We
here.
do.
Like in the
Yeah.
screens, we're totally like going like whack, whack,
I
whack, whack.
know it
It's so
does.
funny. I'm just dying.
Okay.
But yes, thank you,
Okay.
Spirit.
All right. Give me a food. I'm gonna ask.
Milk.
Milk.
No.
No. Okay.
Love that. Okay. How about fish?
Fish. I gotta know. Let's go. Okay. So this is where we're gonna go. What kind of
Yes.
fish? Give
Hit
me a fish that
salmon.
you like. Salmon. Yes. Another fish.
Um, tilapia.
No.
Oh, okay. Cod.
No.
No. Halibut.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. What's the difference
Wow.
between salmon, halibut, and the other two? I'd be curious to
Well,
see.
I don't, yeah, I'll definitely look into it. I wonder if it's like omegas, right? Like the
Maybe.
omega fats,
Maybe.
maybe. I don't think tilapia has a ton of it, but I think salmon does.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. What else do you want to ask? What other food?
okay.
Let's do two more.
Okay, let's do alcohol.
Oh, okay. Alcohol. I'm getting okay. I get a yes. You can have alcohol.
Yeah. Hmm. I like that.
Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
God. It. I.
That's fascinating.
It's
Because,
interesting because
yeah.
as you asked that, I got the yes. That's okay, and I got the. They showed me that your body can tolerate it. I feel like your
Mm,
body can tolerate it because it is in moderation. I feel like you
yes.
you
Yeah.
can digest it. It's good. I actually hear that that's fine. The way you monitor it is good.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
that's
Okay.
yeah. I'm
Yeah. I am very mindful
getting
about
that.
that. I definitely don't like
Yeah,
to drink too much, but I do really enjoy
yeah. No,
a nice
it seems
glass of
like your
wine,
body's.
you
It's okay
know?
for your
Yeah.
body. It
Awesome.
is
Okay. Thank
wines.
you.
I specifically read. I'm seeing red wine and spritzers or something.
Yes. Fizzy.
Seltzers,
Yes.
fizzy.
Yes.
But red
Yeah. I
wine. Do you
drink,
drink? I'll say red. Yes.
I don't drink.
White. No white. I was just going. Do you like
Oh,
white?
I like white. Actually, the red is actually really tough for me lately. Not
Oh,
lately, but over
interesting.
the last couple of years. So, but I do dilute the my white wine with fizzy water. So I don't really drink isn't that funny? Yeah. I love this. This is
This is so
fascinating.
interesting. I know. It is fascinating. Tapping
Okay, all
into.
right.
Okay.
One
Oh,
more.
yep.
Can I do one more?
Yes.
Candy. Let's do candies or
Okay. Let's
sweets.
give me specific candy.
Oh my God, I fucking love
Are we saying
donuts.
sugars? Like which one?
Sugar. I love donuts.
Donuts.
Oh my, was that a
I got it. It
no?
was a no, but it like
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's a
I
no
don't
for
eat very
everyone.
many.
I'm sorry. I fucking love. That's okay.
Yeah.
I love donuts too, Mandy. Apple
You do
fritters are
not.
my ultimate favorite,
Oh my fucking yes.
and
I
I
love
cannot say
donuts.
no. I cannot say no. If someone was to put a donut in
No.
front of me, an apple fritter specifically, I can't say no.
Oh, me neither. But I never put myself in those situations where I'm
Oh,
around donuts. I never
yeah.
buy them. I never
No.
go out for them. I never eat them. I don't bring them for my kid. I mean, I feel bad. My kids never get fucking donuts, but I don't
Yep.
because I love them. Love them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to
I
know
know.
that I'm doing that right.
No, I feel like that's a no for everyone. Even for me, I'm
Well,
asking myself
oh,
no. Like, can I have a
yeah.
bite?
I know. A bite. Can
Yes.
I have a
Okay.
bite? Yes.
Give
We
a
can have like a
bite.
half.
Can I have a whole one? No.
No. Oh my
It
God. This
just
is
went.
fucking killing. Yeah.
It just
No,
went
it was like a
like
hard no.
nope.
How about a how about a like a donut hole? Yeah, look at the holes are fine. The donut holes
uh,
are fine. Oh my
speaking
God.
of,
This is
we
so
were in
fun.
Boston. Well, we were in Cape Cod in Massachusetts, and there's Dunkin' Donuts everywhere. And we
Yes.
always, for the girls, since they were little, we get a bag of Munchkins, which are donut
Yes.
holes.
Holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So of course, we had this long ass drive to Newark because we couldn't get tickets out of Boston. They were too expensive. So we had a rental
Mhm.
car and drive in 5.5 hours due to traffic
Are you
to
kidding?
get.
Oh
It was
God.
terrible to Newark.
So
And
sorry.
we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts so that John and I could grab a coffee, and we got a bag of 25 Munchkins. And I'll tell you who,
Mm.
because I love donuts so much, was like so excited. And I did. I had three, one jelly, one glazed, one chocolate. It was so
Ah,
delicious.
yes,
It
clean.
was
And
so
don't the
good.
holes are fine. I think the holes are
The
good. I
holes are
mean that
fine. That's what
they're kind
she
of
said.
perfect for me too because it's like a little
Sorry.
because we're like totally like we've been like absolutely air humping ourselves with our muscle
It does.
testing. That's like the fat. I'm just dying right now. But I love this. This is still going to
No,
be
it's
such a
so
great
fun.
circle. I'm
It'll
so
be fun.
excited
It'll
for
be fun.
you.
Quick. And
Thank you
like I
for
said, I'm
teaching me this.
oh my gosh, yes. And like I said, there's so many ways. So I think this will be great for everyone to just kind of learn. We'll also go into our bodies and ask, but the swaying method, the circle method, the arm, and the pendulum, I think all those things are different ways to get yeses and nos,
Yeah, I
from
love
ourselves, from
it.
our higher selves.
Yes,
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 thanks for
yes,
doing
yes.
that with
That's,
me.
oh, wow. Thank you. I feel like really justified in having a glass of wine tonight. I'm
Oh,
just gonna
yes, you
say,
can,
no.
girl.
I
Your
usually
body
don't drink
says
during the week at
yes.
all. But yeah, no, yeah, my body knows that I regulate that pretty well. But it's always something that you want to, I just was always really curious about. And I love like the dairy and the fish. I'm going to totally do some research on those two things.
Yeah, it might be the
Salmon,
omega. I'm
halibut.
wondering if it has something to do with toxins though too, with
Mm,
tilapia and cod. I mean,
cod.
I would
Yeah.
always vote halibut over cod. But
Yes.
it is interesting. So that's the read that I had with you. You can obviously do
Yeah.
yourself. Everybody, you can do yourself. I would say, don't. It's not always black and white, like you said. Obviously, it was no to fish, but not because it was all fish, because there was some fish in there. So
Yeah.
that's why we had to break it down, get some clarity, and get
Yes.
specific. Okay, so what fish are we talking about? So you got a yes to
Yeah.
salmon and halibut.
No, girl. I'm
Good,
going to
good,
get
good,
some
good.
of that.
But same thing.
Awesome.
I love it. This was
Thank you
fun.
so much, my
So good to
darling. That
see
was
you.
really,
Yeah.
really fun. It was so good to see you. And I can't wait. Everyone sign up for her circle. It's going to be amazing. And we'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining this quick and fun little podcast. Yay. Love you.
Yay! Love you. Bye.